Hey everybody, this is Paul Perry with Alpha Insurance, and it's been a while, but here's another edition of Insurance Made Simple. As we all know, there was a devastating group of tornadoes that went through the Illinois, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky areas over the weekend. And obviously, our hearts are broken for everybody that's up there and what they're going through. So I want to make sure that we do a couple of things, and I want to challenge you to do a couple of things. Number one is we need to pray for them. There are neighbors, maybe even our family and friends that are up there. So I really want to encourage everybody to pray for their needs, for the ones that have lost loved ones, ones that have been injured, ones that have lost property. I want to challenge everybody to give. We may only have a little bit, but if everybody does a little bit, it really helps out. I've been in contact with our local EMA, and one thing that Kentucky specifically has asked people to do is to stand down for the moment on helping out with physical goods, water, supplies, things like that. But we can give to trusted local charities that will help out. Salvation Army, Red Cross, Samaritan's Purse, Convoy of Hope. They are already mobilizing to help people in that area. But from an insurance standpoint, I wanted to talk a few minutes about how you can't prevent a disaster like this, but how can you make the recovery process of this so much easier? So a couple of things I want you to do is, number one, we've talked about this a little bit before, is review your policy with your current agent. It is so critical to make sure that you know what's covered, what's not, how much. So let's talk about your home for a minute, your dwelling. Make sure that, especially with what's going on in this world right now, with real estate prices being exorbitantly high, is make sure that you've got enough coverage to replace your house in a disaster. So again, this is a great opportunity to see what's happening in the world and make sure that you've got enough that you can rebuild your home. Make sure that it's replacement coverage and not actual cash value. Remember, we've talked in the past that replacement coverage is what it would cost to rebuild your home with no depreciation. If you don't have that, look into that type of coverage. The second thing you want to do is look at your personal property. Same thing, make sure you've got enough coverage to replace everything you have in your house. Typically, a home will come with 70 to 75% of the dwelling price will be the amount that an insurance company will give for personal property. Now, this may be more than enough because you got to figure on, your window treatments, your curtains, every little thing that's in your house. But make sure that that's the right number. So again, if you've got 70% personal property coverage and you've got a $100,000 home, that's going to be $70,000 toward content. So make sure that's the right number, but make sure you're also adding up the places in your closets, in your basement, in your garage, in any outbuilding. That's content as well. And then also make sure that you are taking pictures. For those who have watched the news over the weekend, it has been absolutely horrifying to see the utter devastation of these homes. How in the world can you remember everything that you've got in your home when it has been absolutely obliterated? So make sure that you invest a few minutes today to take pictures of all of your content. Walk around every room, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture. And again, go back to those areas that maybe you don't keep the cleanest of garages, but at least you'll have a picture of what's in there. So make sure that you've got that. You can do it with a video, you can do it with a camera, but make sure that you've got some redundancy. Have it on the camera, have it on that video camera, but make sure you give somebody a copy or you upload it into the cloud. And then the last thing I want to talk about is making sure that you understand how loss of use works in your policy. Loss of use is what pays you to be able to go rent another home or go to a hotel or to buy food. This is the amount of money that your policy covers. Now, is it unlimited? Most companies are not unlimited. They may not have a limit on the amount, but they may have a limit on the time. So most companies give you a percentage again of your dwelling. So if you've got 100,000, most companies are within 20 to 30% of that. So if you got a $100,000 home, you're going to have $30,000 in loss of use. Now, companies will front you some of this money, but some will be on a reimbursement basis. Some places, like I know with Alpha, they'll typically set you up in a hotel and then they'll just have that billed back to the company. So a lot of different ways. So make sure that you check your dwelling. Make sure you've got not only the right amount, but the right type. Check the personal property. Make sure that you've got not only the right amount, but you've taken pictures. And then third is verify your loss of use. And all of this can be done by just simply making a call to your agent. The relationship you have with your agent is critical today, and it will be even more so, God forbid, if you have a loss. Guys, if you ever have a question, feel free to give me a call. You can email me at pperry@alphains.com, or you can call me. My number is 205-919-7903. Hope this has been helpful. We'll talk again soon. Have a great Christmas.